Good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI T Edition. This is a ROM hack of Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo. It has new items, new enemies, new bosses, new music, a whole bunch of cool stuff in it. We have made our way through the Leith River, and we finished up Locke's scenario last time that we played, and we are going to finish up Sabin's scenario today. We made it part of the way through it last time, but we still have to finish up the Phantom Forest. So that's what we're going to head into now. I see that there are a bunch of folks in chat already. Hello to Lydia and Halfling, Chipmunk, Not Sure, and Trial Fan, and anybody else that I've missed already. Ranker Rips, hello, hello. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. As always, we have a option for you to pick your character name. So for a $3 tip tonight, you can select a name for a character that has not already been selected. And today I was helpful, and I came up with a little graphic that you can see up above that has all of the names that have already been selected. So our party right now is Claptrap, Dancer, and Cian, because nobody picked that name. And we are going to make our way through the Phantom Forest. Hi, Not Sure. How are you doing tonight? Oh, we have Ochu's here. One of the things that they did in this ROM hack is they really have made status effects a lot more important. So we have to be kind of careful about those. Not Sure says tired, but otherwise great. I am too. I'm tired too. I did manage to get in a little bit of a cat nap just before stream started. I went to the coffee shop today, which unfortunately, my favorite coffee shop is not the one here in town, although I do like the one here in town. But the one that I like is in the next town over, and that town has been doing all kinds of road work lately, and it's sort of a never-ending road work. And because of it, I got very hot on the drive home. Bearded Halfling said, it's past midnight, but I just started downloading a very large file. I may have made a mistake. That's the best time to make huge downloads. Can you just leave it and come back in the morning? That way it can download. Chipmunk, Wobbs, are you planning on recruiting Mog using him at all? Yes, we will be recruiting Mog, absolutely. The goal is to get every character. In fact, I think you can get him after the big fight. After you finish Sabin's scenario and you finish Terra's scenario, and then you have the big fight there. Aren't you able to get Mog right after that? It's been ages since I played Final Fantasy VI, so I can't actually remember when you're able to get him. Bearded Halfling says, I honestly don't know. How is everybody doing today? I've been plugging away at things trying to get ready for my birthday bash stream, which is on Saturday. And I've got a few things left that I want to try to finish up before then. Not Sure says, Umaru was always a pain to get, but totally worth it, even if just for Turato. Yeah. I always loved Umaru. One of my favorite parties in the original game was to go with Ga, Mog, Umaru, and a Berserk Cian, and just basically have everybody on auto. Is that? Yeah, that cures that stuff. Not Sure says, I like how he throws other characters at enemies. That's also a fun fact on that one. That's actually really useful, because if they are asleep, I think it's asleep and slowed, when he throws them at another enemy, it'll remove those status effects. Lydia says, I just bought 2 fancy kimonos in Animal Crossing. Probably made a bad choice, but they are pretty and I regret nothing. There you go. Not Sure says, I like using Umaru and Go-Go together with Ga. Yeah. Beard Halfling said, today was a poor day in politics for my local council. What happened? I tell you, we've had all kinds of crazy things over the last year or so in ours. It's election season here, so we have a mayoral race, and several city council seats are up for election as well. Chipmunk, thank you for the donation. Why is that? I think that should fix it. Chipmunk says, I would like Mog to be named after my cat Baker. All right, we can do that. He is both mischievous and magical. That fits Mog to a T, so that's great. Bearded Halfling says, one of the counselors said climate change was a hoax. Oh, okay. So it's good to know that stupidity is not just an American thing. Oh, hi, baby. Where you been? Where'd you go? Come here. I felt you, but I don't see you. Where are you? Pixel has been asleep for several hours, and I just felt her touch my head, but I don't know where she is. There she is. Come here. She played very, very hard this morning, and I think she completely wore herself out, and she has been asleep She has been asleep since then. Let's check your incisions. Your incisions are looking pretty good. Yeah. Hi. There's Pixel, everybody. Alright, be good. She did meow. She's actually very loud and insistent when she wants to be. I think she's still a little sleepy though. Hi. You gonna curl up? Or are you gonna get into trouble? What's it gonna be? She goes back on the 14th to get her stitches taken out. I hate that they renamed it to Meteor Strike. Like, I know that that is a more accurate translation, but I really love the term suplex for that move, and I hate that they renamed it. Not Sure said these newer mods have one thing in common. Curse used to be a non-issue and now it's a real problem. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see her, but she is fascinated with my thumbs on the controller. And that is what she is looking at the whole time. I don't have very many antidotes. Do not eat my headphone cord. Oh, that takes us out of there. That's not where we want to go. I love the little ghostly face that you can see, like just north of where the character is. I just think that's so cool. The pixel art in this sequence is some of the best in the game, in my opinion. Okay, I was trying to see if they had added anything new to this area, but it doesn't look like they have. Pincer attacks are like one of the worst parts of Final Fantasy VI. At least it's not too bad with magic. Not Sure said, who is your favorite boss in this game? That's a hard one. Like, Ultros is fantastic just because every time you fight him is like a fun adventure. I really think as far as interesting dynamics go, I really like the fight against Magimaster. I like the fights against the 3 goddesses. Not sure says I like how the fights just become more ridiculous. Yeah. When he brings in Typhon, I mean, that is just... It just gets hilarious from there. Atma Weapon is a fantastic fight, yeah. Where are you going? There's always something about fights that get like special boss music that just makes it feel like on a whole nother level. I always felt that way about the Gilgamesh fights in Final Fantasy V, because he has the battle on the big bridge. Hi, Freya. I have cats roaming around the entire office. And neither of them can decide where they want to be. So there's a chance that Shadow might leave us here. So we'll see what happens. A train? I thought all of Doma's railways had been destroyed in the fighting. There could be survivors. Let's take a look inside. Bearded Halfling says, I really don't know Final Fantasy. What's one thing I need to know? If you see a really short guy with a dagger and a lantern, you are in terrible danger. Hey, looks like we can get in through here. Sir Claptrap. We can't just wander around out here all day. We have to check inside. Sir Claptrap. Don't worry, it'll take only a second. Sir Claptrap! Alright, so Shadow stayed with us, so that's good. Chipmunk says none of them are actually Final Fantasy. It was all a lie. What in the world? We must leave at once. This is the Phantom Train. Hello, Dancer. It's moving. We must get off this train at once. The door won't open. I fear we're too late. What did you say this train was? This is the Phantom Train. It carries the souls of the departed to their final destination. Wait a second. You're saying this train's giving us a one-way ride to the afterlife? Unless we find a way off, I'm afraid that's exactly where we'll end up. Well, I'm afraid that's a trip I'm gonna have to pass on. If it won't let us off, then we'll stop it ourselves. Let's make for the engine. What's with this guy? He seems to want to accompany us. Bring the ghost along? Sure. This was always one of my favorite parts of this sequence, is that you can actually add the ghosts to your party. And they're just temporary party members. They don't do much. But I just always love that. I'm this train's conductor. What business brings you here? Tell us about the train. The Phantom Train ferries the souls of the departed to the other side. Once the souls arrive, they are granted their eternal rest. How do we stop this thing? You want to stop the train? Search every corner of the engineer's compartment. I'm sure there's a way. Might these be timetables? These? Huh? They're all blank. This train carries the dead to the afterlife. It's a little tough to be making timetables with as much conflict in the world as there is right now. Wonder what this is for. What happens if we pull it? Sir Claptrap, I think it would be best not to touch that. Oops, my hand must have slipped. What? Oh, thou art truly insufferable. Cian, you're not scared, are you? What does thou mean? It's not as though I have an aversion to machines, or try to stay away from them as much as humanly possible, or anything like that. Cian, so you're afraid of machines? What gave it away? Beard Halfling says, classic short guys. Not sure said, most of them have not even one thread connecting them. Yeah, storyline-wise, almost every game is completely separate. Although they did eventually start making, like, direct sequels to certain games. But they all tend to have, like, ongoing themes. Like, there are a lot of things that show up regularly in the series. It's weird that they can poison a ghost. On the other hand, being poisoned actually heals the ghost because they're undead, so that's cool. Not sure says later games did try to make subtle connections, yeah. Hi, come here. You guys need to settle down. I don't want to waste an antidote on this ghost. Look out! Howdy folks, I've got top quality items at rock bottom prices. No reason to be overcharging now. Like they say, you can't take it with you. Alright, good. Let's buy some more antidotes, because I know we're going to need them. Look out! Not sure says the blurring isn't worth it. Yeah. If it didn't do that graphical effect on every time that you take a step, I would leave it, but it's just not worth it. Cian gained a new Bushido technique. Let's see what he got. Tiger Slash and Jagged Dance. That's a good one. I always hated gravity attacks. They deal so much damage. Come on, Cian, I need you to get that off. We got some shinobi gear. What do we get? Is that an upgrade? It is an upgrade. I mean, technically I can avoid a lot of these ghost fights, but I'm trying to gain some levels so that we'll be a little bit more prepared for some of the fights that are coming up. What's with this guy? He seems to want to accompany us. I guess the other one has to die first. Die again? Oh, he didn't counterattack that time. Meteor Strike. Always misses. All right, we got a new blitz technique for Claptrap. What do we get? Fire damage to all enemies. I know I was having a problem with diagonals not working, so we're going to try this. Yeah, it says incorrect blitz input. Dancer gained a level. All right, I'm going to check my hotkey or my inputs real quick and see if I can fix my diagonals, because I don't know why they are not working. That's because they're disabled. That explains it. All right, let's try this and now see. Hi, Trial Fan. All right, let's try this again. So hopefully that should do Aurablast. Aura Cannon, there we go. Now they're working. That shows you that we haven't really played a lot of fighting games in all the time that I've been streaming, because I probably would have figured that out by now. Fang Strike. Trial Fan said, is anyone else super tired today? Yes, absolutely. It's been a very tiring day, which is kind of why I'm a little bit low energy tonight. The heat today was just like oppressive. How do we get... Naturally, he blinds him right before he attacks. No escape. Whew, what do you suppose that was all about? No escape. Huh? No escape. Who's there? It came from over here. No escape. They're coming after us. No escape. There are more than this way. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no escape for you. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no escape for you. They just don't let up. I believe we've reached a dead end, Sir Claptrap. All right. Hast thou an idea? Yes. The time has come to put my training to use. Come, Cian. Yahoo! No escape. Hey, they couldn't still be. They just don't let up. We'll have to detach the rear cars. That should be the end of that. The Oversouls always have a really cool sprite. I think I screwed that one up. No, I didn't. Phoenix Dance. That's a good one. Dancer says, does Interceptor ever join the fight? So the way Interceptor works, he is considered part of Shadow. So what happens is when Shadow gets attacked, there is a chance that Interceptor will block the attack, and then they will both counterattack. He's not like a separate character. All right, I am going to run to the kitchen real quick because I actually forgot to grab anything to drink before this stream, and I need something to wet my whistle. Be right back. Why are you so angry? What's the problem? What is it? Okay, I will let you down. That didn't work. I thought Freya might grace us with her presence, but she decided she was not happy being picked up, so oops. Dancer says, kind of like Pixel is blocking you. Yeah, exactly. Come on, open. Really? All right, let's get this back on track. Lydia says her favorite dinosaur is Chickenosaurus. I don't think that's actually a dinosaur, Lydia. Trial fan says Freya says you smell like the interloper. Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, that's a new enemy. Let's do Phoenix Dance, see if we can knock all of them out. Why are you climbing the back of my chair? Hi. Thank you for joining us. Food! Food! Bring me everything you've got! Is this train's food truly safe to eat? What are you worried about? Can't wage war on an empty stomach. Do what thou wilt, sir. I'm sure there's no stopping thee. Cobble snarf slurp. HP and MP restored. I like that they give you lots of options for healing in this train. I'm stuffed. Shall we get moving? Treasure chest. Got an earring, which I don't really know if that's helpful for anybody that's in the party right now. I think we'll just hang on to it for the moment. I guess technically it works with some of Sabin's blitz attacks. I'm not really sure. Phoenix Dance might not be the best one because I think the bombs are going to be immune to it. Yeah. Hold it right there. I am Gilgamesh, greatest swordsman in all the world, and that treasure belongs to me. If I were you, you over-muscled moose, I'd grab Grandpa there and scram while you still can. World's greatest swordsman? Yeah, right. If anything, I suggest you leave before you get hurt. What? How How dare you speak to me that way, you lowly meathead? Prepare yourself. Yours will be the blood that rusts my blade. Aw, we actually get to fight Gilgamesh. And he has the Battle on the Big Bridge soundtrack. I am cool with that. Can we actually beat him? I don't know. We'll find out. He hits like a truck, though. Yeah! Ah! Oh, he missed. Come on, we'll be able to suplex him? No. He's got a lot of health, that's for sure. Blast! I'll let you go for today. But I'll get you yet. Today. I'll bark, no bite. No, this cannot be! Well, no matter. The last laugh is mine! Wahaha! The treasure is mine. So long, suckers! Let's run back to the last cart and heal. Trying to run. Are you guys gonna let me run? You're not gonna let me run. Okay. Had a potion. One moment, please. All right, chow time. I'm gonna eat till I burst. Pixel is perched right in front of my monitor and is watching intently everything that's going on screen. Lydia said she's a Wobble fan too. Chip, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye, Beardy. Lydia says, why is no one talking? I think everybody's just really tired tonight. It has just been a really long day. And at least down where I am, the heat is just oppressive. I wasn't even out in the heat all that long today, and it's just exhausting. Let's not knock over the monitor, please. Lydia says, Wobble, I live in the same place as you and I had to be in the gym for a whole hour and a half. You're also like a third of my age. Trial fan said, really tired. The week has been so long. Yay, tomorrow's Friday, so there's that. Hey, leave that alone. Dancer says, go Pixel, adjust the stuff. Now she's over here trying to mess with one of my lights, so she's not doing the greatest as my my producer over here. Lydia says, Wobble, when I come over to your house, can I bring my cat laser and see if she wants to play with it, or can she not run around? She can run around, and I've actually got a cat laser here, and she's actually been pretty pleased with it. She plays with it a lot. She really likes toys that make a lot of noise, though. So if it's something that's like kind of crinkly, those are her favorite toys. I got her a little stuffed toy full of catnip today. And she played with that for a pretty good while too. It's in the shape of a stuffed taco. She's also got like a little ball on the end of a string, and she loves that. That is one of her favorites as well. And she's got several small mice that have little strings for tails, and she likes those a lot because she can like throw them up in the air and chase them around and stuff. Lydia said, I told my friend who's a fan of your channel and told her about the stickers, and she said she wants one. Well, we will make sure that she gets a sticker. We need to find one of those merchant ghosts. So we can stock up on stuff. Pixel, baby, please don't stare directly into the spotlight. Like, I know that cats have remarkable irises, but let's not do that. She says, but it's warm. It's warm. I don't want you to go blind. I would not like that. You want to stop the train? Search every corner of the engineer's compartment. I'm sure there's a way. Treasure chest. Monster in a box. It's an apparition. See, there's Interceptor coming in for the counter right there. Lightning. There you go. Get settled. Trying to eat my thumb while I am playing with the controller is the opposite of getting settled. Phoenix down. Sniper Eye. Sniper Eye makes it so you never miss. Got a couple of Phoenix downs. Come on. That's headphone cord. Lydia found a copy of Final Fantasy at the game store. Vaisnava. Ghost Boy Forever. How's it going, Valsnava? Is it Valsnava or Vaisnava? Can't tell. My my font is too low on the whole thing. You're leaving? There goes our ghost. Guess we're on our own again. Vaisnava, okay. There we go. Suplex. D says, happy birthday, Wobble Rocket. It is That's the birthday stream is actually on Saturday. But thank you. Why am I doing that when I have a tent? Good lord. D, how are you doing tonight? No, D, you haven't missed it. It's on Saturday. 2 more days. Coming up. Alright. It's time for the big fight. They changed the sequence. He's getting lots of counters in with Interceptor. The train should stop if we throw this switch. So, you're the ones who've been slowing me down. Boss fight. Alright, guys. It's time to see if we can suplex the train. And here we go. Boom. Let's do it again, just for funsies. You can actually finish this fight super quick just by using a Phoenix down on the Phantom Train, and it just kills it automatically. But I feel like that's kind of cheating, so we're not going to do that. I came out with all kinds of random status effects with that one. Acid Rain. Technically speaking, I don't think that should have missed because we have the sniper eye, but you know, I don't know what it is. There it goes. And we got a tent. I will let you go, but first there is something I must do. This is such a sad scene. It seems we've arrived. Whew, glad to be off that thing. The faster we leave that train behind, the better. It's all the people from Doma. Is that Elaine? Elaine! Cian, was that your wife and son? The train's leaving. It's taking all of the citizens of Doma to the afterlife. Elaine! Elaine! My love, you made me so happy. Thank you. Dad, I'll keep practicing with my sword so I can keep Mom safe. Best leave him be. And that is the end of the Phantom Train. Nettle hoppers. Barren Falls. This must be Barren Falls. To the south of here lies the Veldt. 'Tis a wild and dangerous land, inhabited by all manner of ferocious beasts. But if we turn around and go back, the Empire will be waiting for us. The village of Mobliz lies on the eastern coast. If we can make it through the Veldt, we could head there. I've served my purpose. Dancer! Thanks for your help. Let's team up again sometime. Dive into the falls. Let's go. Pixel is napping. She is finally curled up. Cinco Play says, oh no, I missed the train suplex. Yeah, we did it twice though. Missed on the third time. How you doing today, Cinco Play? We're playing the Final Fantasy VI T Edition ROM hack. Lydia said, I exist too. You do exist. I didn't say you didn't. I like how there are just piranhas in the inside the waterfall as you're falling down. Cinco Play says, doing good. Saw you tagged my Suplex alt, so I had to come cheer you on. I've been meaning to play T Edition. How is it? It's pretty good. I will say that Final Fantasy IV Ultima had a lot more changes so far. Really the only big things that I've noticed so far have been like new enemies, and there's been some changes to like the speed at which Bushido charges and stuff like that. There's been a couple of new items, not a whole lot. Overall, fewer changes at this point than I expected. Cinco Play says, I've heard that T Edition is very endgame heavy. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard too, so I'm expecting that we'll see a lot more changes later on. Trial Fan says, Lydia, what's your mom doing tonight? Lydia says, I think she's asleep. Yeah, last time I talked to Brittany, she said she was going to lay down for a nap. Cinco Play said, I played Final Fantasy IV Ultima, and yeah, it changed a lot right from the very start. It was honestly a bit uncanny. Yeah, definitely. Right before we did Final Fantasy VI T Edition, we did a full playthrough of Final Fantasy IV Ultima, and it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed that one. Phoenix Dance was probably not the best one to use on this guy, but... What does that do? Ouch. Really, the biggest thing that has been making fights more difficult is just the fact that they fixed the evade bug, and a lot more enemies have the blind ability. I've run into that a lot. All right, and we made it to the Veldt. It's gone. And Chipmunk has already left. Actually, it was Stonehome Games. Stonehome Games has already left for the night, but wanted to name Gaw after Homie, so we will do that. A youth draped in monster hides, his eyes shining with a warm and gentle light. Cinco Play says, gotta run, but keep up the XY down up. We will certainly keep up the suplexes. Thanks for tuning in. Who are? So for those that are not familiar with it, the way the Veldt works is you can encounter enemies from anywhere in the world that you have already fought. Which means that as you move progressively through the game, there are more and more enemies that are added to the Veldt. So it's also a great way to kind of come back to enemies that you have fought before and want to fight again. Wow! Ooh, I'm hungry. I don't have anything to give him, so sorry, dude. Wow! Wow! You strangers, go away! Go away from Veldt! I guess I should probably heal these guys. So what we got to get is we have to get some dried meat. And then after we get dried meat, we'll be able to actually get him to join our party. Otherwise, he just keeps asking for food. Fights on the Veldt also don't give you experience, so you can only get... You came down Barren Falls? Unbelievable. It's flowing even stronger than usual this year. No one's been able to get here lately. Carrier pigeons are our only link to the outside world. Is it true that war has broken out? I got a letter saying that it had. So this is some unique music. We haven't encountered that yet. Did you see the house on the far northern plains? That old man has lost his marbles. They say he threw out his own kid, thinking he was some kind of monster. This region is known as the Veldt. Monsters migrate here from all over the world, so it can be quite dangerous outside town. You never know what you might run into. Get an upgrade for Cyan. Alright, let's find the item shop, because we should be able to buy dried meat there. Out hunting yesterday, I could have sworn I saw a kid running along with a pack of monsters. Wonder if it was just my overactive imagination. Despite sharing the same sprite, this unfortunately is not Interceptor. I threw some dried meat to a herd of hungry animals last time I was out on the Veldt, and would you believe it? Some kid scrambled out of the herd and ran off with it. Let's grab a couple of eye drops. Just because they've added a lot of creatures that like to use them. Powerful ocean currents run through Serpent Trench. Have you ever heard about them? If you had a diving helmet, you could make it all the way to Nikia. Let me know if you need anything. I can send letters and packages to any corner of the world for you. Got a golden apple. The entrance to the Serpent Trench lies within Crescent Mountain near the southern tip of the continent. You have to be quiet. The soldier inside this house is hurt real bad, so Mom says we have to keep our voices down. A grievously injured soldier wandered into the village not too long ago. I dressed his wounds, but his condition doesn't seem to be improving. Those letters coming from the town of Miranda are the only thing keeping him going. I'm a soldier from Miranda. When our town fell to the Empire, I was forced to join the Imperial Army. I tried to flee rather than help them attack Doma, but they came after me. I barely escaped alive. Now I can't even move. I'll never see Lola again. There's a letter on the desk. Would you be kind enough to bring it to me? There are even more Imperial soldiers walking the streets of Miranda these days, but things are peaceful otherwise. The flowers in the garden will soon bloom and announce the arrival of spring. How are you doing? I'm worried. I so wish that I could fly to your side and be with you. Please think only about getting better and try not to push yourself too hard. Rest knowing that I spend every day thinking of you and wishing I could see you. Thanks for the subscription, Syncoplay. I'd like to write her back, but I don't even have the strength to pick up a pen. Dwayne and Katarin are both 16. Ah, what a magical age, the springtime of love. It's a relic shop. Let's see what we can get. Not much, because we don't have a whole lot of gold. Alright, let's go get Homie and add him to our party. You guys can't see her because she's below the angle of the camera, but Pixel is completely sacked out on my chest right now. So God doesn't come back every time that you fight on the Veldt. I want to say there's like a 50% chance that he comes back. Excuse me. There he is. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to use the dried meat that we got. And we use it on Homie. What the? What a peculiar child. I am Cian, and this is Claptrap. You Claptrap, you Cian. Me want more food. Sorry, all gone. You go get more for me. You're a regular little munchkin, huh? And you abandoned me. You want some of this? Me not want hurt you. Stop looking at me like that. You're pretty tough for a little guy. Ha ha ha. That's fun. You strong. You fall for it. Fall for trick. Shut up. Oh dear. Do simmer down, sirs. And thou, O wild one, who might thou be? Thou? 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 You angry? Cian? You angry me? Cian! You angry me? Cian! You angry me? Listen, his family was just... Okay? Me understand. Me sorry. Homie not mean person. 'Tis water under the bridge. Let's not dwell on such things. Sir Homie, I have a feeling we will get along quite well. Wilt thou join us? Oh, Homie, give present. Want give Cian and Claptrap nice present. Thanks for food. Right. What rubbish is he gonna give us, I wonder? Homie's treasure. Shiny, 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 shiny. Can anything be that shiny? Mr. Thou likes shiny thing? He's Mr. Thou, not me. Shiny thing, eh? Chipmunk's gonna be jealous when he hears about this. Who Chipmunk? He bad man? Maybe he tries steal Homie's treasure. Chipmunk, well, he's... Listen when someone's talking to you. I believe he's trying to tell us something. Fine. Well, what is it? Here, here. Shiny thing here. Claptrap spot, that mobile is. Cian stand place river bring you. Homie stand, crescent mountain. Moon-shaped mountain. Shiny thing there. Well then, let us go and see what this crescent mountain of his. Why do we have to invite someone like him along? I like how Homie just moonwalks back onto screen. Mr. Thou, hurry up! We leave you behind. I told you before, my name is not Mr. Thou. This is just a little explanation of how Homie works. So what we want to do before we head to Crescent Mountain is we want to wander around a bit and get some rages for Homie, because that is his primary method of attack. And different rages work in different ways. They can add status effects to him. They can... Oh, he's already got a lot of them. That's cool. Let's do... let's try heavy armor. See what that does. I think I remember reading that they made it easier to collect all of them. So like heavy armor gives him the safe, it gives him the safe status, which decreases physical damage. But each rage has its own sort of subroutine of different things. Did they remove the leap command? Because I don't see it. We'll check his rages and see if he picked up some of these. Yeah, he did. He picked up Commander as soon as we fought him. That's nice. That makes things a lot easier. So instead of him needing to jump away and then come back, which was always a little bit exhausting, things just work a little bit better now. So that's a nice change. Let's go ahead and equip him, because it said that he can use... Let's see what relics we can give him. Let's give him a hyper wrist, and we're gonna go with the earring simply because he has an awful lot of magical attacks. I wonder if he collects rages outside of the Veldt. That would be interesting. Let's see what else is here. Gold Bear and Onibi. The tricky thing about Homie is just figuring out what the best rages are to use at the moment. Once you pick a rage, though, you're stuck with it. Like, he uses that for the rest of the fight. So you can't change rages in the middle of it. Lydia says like and subscribe, and that is a smart idea. You should do that. I screwed that blitz up because I didn't even put it in a command. Oops. This is a good one to get right here. Claptrap is down. I like that you can get hyper wrists from these guys. Let's see, we need Phoenix down. No, let's use a tent. Lydia says, I want to hold Pixel so much. I will try to get you over here at some point so you can hold Pixel. Although I will warn you that Pixel really likes to be held on her own terms. It buffered for a second. That might be YouTube. I'm not showing anything on my end. Hopefully it's just a temporary glitch. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and head on to Crescent Mountain. Because we should have a pretty good number of rages now. Hornet makes him float. Cian, that shiny thing of homies is in here. And where exactly might it be, Sir Homie? Homie, forget! Shall we look around? It seems we have no choice. What is it, homie? Did you see something? Whoa! My money pouch! There was 500 gold in there! Homie, you little... Oh dear. Sir Claptrap, please let it go for all our sakes. Grr. Is this it? The shiny treasure? Treasure, treasure! 'Tis nothing but a dirty glass bowl. Kinda looks like it would fit over your head. I wonder if we could use this. It might let us breathe underwater. Alright, let's go! Found a diving helmet. These rapids look quite rapid. No kidding. But it's the only way to make it in time to meet up with the others. All right, let's go. Child Fan says this music reminds me of the old biblical movies starring Charlton Heston. Bang strike. Okay, cool. So you don't have to be on the Veldt to get new abilities. That's cool. That really makes things a lot easier. Oh, you can't get the apparition, apparently. Alright, let's go with Belmadar again, just for the lightning. If you get any more relaxed, Pixel, you're gonna fall over. She's just like slowly melting. Hi, are you waking up? I don't think you're quite sure if you're waking up. You look very sleepy still. David Wood says, are random encounters always this frequent? Yes. In the Super NES version, they are. I want to say they decreased the random encounter rate in the Pixel Remaster. Can we not get to that chest here? Trailfan says she's a lot more cuddly than most cats. she can be. I think today she's just really, really tired. She played all morning long, and she was just wide open, full energy. But yeah, some of the remakes of Final Fantasy VI, they decreased the amount of they increased the amount of experience and gold that you get, but decreased the number of random encounters, which is a nice trade-off. But it does mean that you end up fighting a lot more in Super NES versions of it. There is a relic that you can get later on that turns off encounters, though. Please don't bite my joystick. David says, I recently played the original Final Fantasy VII, and I'm thinking about playing this game too. I'm a little put off by the amount of random encounters, but other than that, it looks really cool. Yeah, I would definitely suggest one of the more modern remakes of it. The Pixel Remaster is very well received, and as far as I know, it has some changes to the way random encounters play. But overall, a lot of the early Final Fantasies, you have to deal with that a lot. It's a frequent issue. David Woods says, are there any downsides, or would I be missing anything by playing the newer versions? As far as I know, the Pixel Remaster is very, it's very true to the original. I don't think there's much that you would be missing, if anything. The Game Boy Advance version has some additional content, but you know, depending on who you talk to, it depends on whether that content is really worth it all that much. I think it adds like an extra dungeon and like a late game boss, and that's really all it adds. And that, for whatever reason, they didn't include that extra content in the Pixel Remaster. But that content is not in the original Super NES. David says, is this your favorite version? So right now I'm playing a ROM hack, a fan-made ROM hack of Final Fantasy VI. So this version is based on the Super NES version, but it has additional enemies, it has additional items, additional bosses, changes up the music some. It does a lot of different stuff to the base game. So this version in particular is different than the Super NES version, but I grew up playing the Super NES version, so when I think of Final Fantasy VI, it's pretty much the version that I tend to imagine. So, you know, take that as it is. I'm shopping for imported goods. Overall, though, the game is fantastic. It has a great storyline. It's got lots of great characters. And pretty much every character in the game has their own kind of story arc. Some of them more than others. There are some characters that have like very detailed story arcs, and then there are some characters that don't have much to them at all. really wish I had some more money. Wonder if this island's isolated from the rest of the world, so you can't get anywhere without a ship. By the way, what does isolated mean? Okay, so we're pretty good on all of our equipment. I don't need to buy anything. Did I not equip the Kotetsu on Cian? I know I bought one. I forgot to equip it on him the whole time. Oh, Lord. A rock slide has blocked the route that used to lead north along the coast. Let's go ahead and stay at the inn. Hi, Chantel. How's it going? David says, is this the best Final Fantasy in your opinion, or are you more of a fan of the PS1, PS2 era games? So my absolute favorite is actually Final Fantasy IV. Most people would consider Final Fantasy VI to be the best game from the Super NES era. And I do like Final Fantasy VI a lot. But I really enjoy the tone of Final Fantasy IV a lot. There's just something about it that I find really, really fun. The characters are nice. The storyline is a little bit more lighthearted than the one here in Final Fantasy VI. But honestly, they're both worth playing. And I really think that anybody who is interested in Final Fantasy should play both of them. Where are you going? Lydia says, I'm a nerd and I'm proud. As you should be. Hey, don't eat my headphone cord. Thank you. I'm gonna have to, do something with this headphone cord because you keep trying to gnaw on it, and I don't like that. I like how they say, hey, we're so isolated, and they couldn't just build a bridge to the west. They've got one to the east. So we're just going to fight a couple times and get some gold so that we can buy a couple of those relics that are available here. Because so far we haven't found them available anywhere else. You going to eat my pen? That's fine, you can eat the pen. It's not doing anything. I think Pixel is teething a little bit, so she's wanting to chew on everything lately. How much do we have? We have 4,000. think I can get... Come on, get out of the way. There we go. That costs a lot more than I thought it did. That one's like 9,000 for the amulet. David says, do you still play every new Final Fantasy that comes out? Also, what's your opinion about the combat system debate? Do you want Square to go back to turn-based? I've not played every Final Fantasy in the series. I actually never played Final Fantasy X. I did like 12. I did like 13, although, you know, 13's got its problems. I haven't played 16 yet. And I have 15, but I haven't finished it. I like action-based combat, but I also really like turn-based, so I'm kind of fine either way. The one that I haven't played, which would be a really great comparison, is I haven't played the remakes of Final Fantasy VII. And I want to see how that compares, because I know that they went to like an action combat for the remakes, and you know, the original was turn-based. I don't have a problem either way. You know, I like action-based games. I play a lot of them on my stream. I will say that turn-based games are a little bit easier to stream, simply because you can keep up with chat a little easier. But action-based games do kind of have some funny moments where I get distracted reading chat, and then I end up dying because I'm not paying attention to the game. Don't walk on my keyboard either. Hi, yeah, I tell you what, let's take a break. We're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna get some coffee, and I'm gonna get this one some treats, so maybe she will settle down. So I will be back in just a few minutes. And while I'm gone, if you know somebody that enjoys Final Fantasy or that you think would enjoy this stream, send them a link to it. Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. Why is that showing up? Oh well. Let's see. David says, I think a mix like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth is really good. I personally thought it was a great combat system, but I'd be curious to see how they handle turn-based in the modern era. Yeah. I know that, what was it? Expedition 33 recently came out, and it is not by Square, but I know a lot of people were raving about it as a modern turn-based game. And of course, a lot of the remakes that have been coming out of classic games, some of the Dragon Quest games that have come out have been turn-based and things like that, so I don't think turn-based is dead by any means. I think there is still a place for it, and I think a lot of people still enjoy it. You know, it's one of those things, like, sometimes I'm in the mood for a turn-based game that's a lot more chill. Tonight especially, like, I'm really tired today, and I would not be up for a high-action game at the moment, but I can play this. This is chill, you know? So I think it's just one of those things, like, sometimes you want action, sometimes you want turn-based. I do really enjoy turn-based games that kind of add a lot more strategy to things. That was something I really, really liked about Final Fantasy IV Ultima, was a lot of the boss fights, you had to really change your tactics based on the resistances and you know, the where's the one that, there it is, G Needle. You know, based on the enemy's resistances, their attack patterns, all sorts of stuff. So you had to think strategic, and you had to really change up your the attacks that you would use, or the equipment that you would use for those kind of things. Lydia says magic. Magic does not always work. Sometimes you have to be careful, because some enemies will reflect magic. Lydia, are your braces feeling better today? I know you said they were hurting yesterday. Lydia says, well, I am Terra. We should actually be back to Terra's scenario in just a little bit. After I save up some money to get these relics, getting on the boat in Nakia is the last thing that you have to do. And then we will start Terra's scenario. Lydia says, yes, they are. I'm glad that they're feeling better. That was the thing that I always hated about having braces, was you go to get them adjusted, and then like the first 24 hours afterwards, they just hurt. So Templar was the one with that cast fire too, so that's useful to know. Lydia says I woke up in pain. Oh, I hate that. Goblin Punch. David, what's your favorite Final Fantasy so far? I don't know which ones you've played, but David says, I love when turn-based games have more strategy involved. One of my main criticisms of Final Fantasy VII was it felt like it lacked strategy. Yeah, and you know, one of the things I didn't care for as much in Final Fantasy VII is because of the way materia works, you can pretty much make everybody, everybody can use the same abilities as long as you teach them the stuff with materia. And other than their limit breaks, that ended up making them feel pretty much all the same. One of the things that I really love in Final Fantasy IV and in Final Fantasy VI is each character has their own special abilities, and they all have their own kind of unique play style. Final Fantasy VII was also kind of the beginning of where we started seeing less equipable equipment. And I felt like that was a downside for the franchise too, because you could do a lot more interesting stuff in Final Fantasy VI as far as, because your character might have a weapon that has a special ability, they might have a helmet that has a special ability, they might have body armor that has special ability, and they might have 2 relics that have special abilities. Whereas in Final Fantasy VII, you really only end up with, their weapon, a bangle, and an accessory. David says, I played Final Fantasy VII, the remake, Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, and as an overall package, my favorite is probably the original Final Fantasy VII. How did you like Final Fantasy 16? Lydia said, if you ever feel bored, remember Wobble sing Baby Shark, and me and my mom made him sing it correctly. Oh, yeah. That was fun, though. I really enjoyed our Jaws 50th anniversary stream. That was one of my favorites. We had a lot of good moments on that one. That was just earlier last month. I think they made me sing Baby Shark like 4 times overall. I had it set as a tip reward so that if people tipped $5, I would sing Baby Shark, and then they kept making me do it. Trial Fan says, I love the Jaws stream. I need to plug it a little bit more, but we actually have movie night coming up on the Discord. And in fact, let me drop a link to it. We have movie night coming up on the 22nd. That is a Tuesday. We normally do our movie nights on Discord on Saturday nights, but I decided to do it on Tuesday this night just because I've got a lot of stuff going on Saturdays. But we're going to watch the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is one of my favorite movies. I think that'll be a lot of fun. That was the one that it came down to, the selections were TMNT for 1990 and Ernest Goes to Camp, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got the most votes, so we'll be watching that. I don't actually remember what time I scheduled that for, so I'll have to look at that. But if you go to the Discord, you can see it in the events tab. David says, I thought it was really good in my opinion. It's super over the top. So if a more grounded experience is more your style, then I don't know if it'll be your cup of tea. I know that the clips of 16 that I've seen have been really, really good. Trial Fan says, gotta go Wobble. I enjoyed the stream tonight. See you at 7 Eastern tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm actually not streaming. I decided that I'm going to take tomorrow off because I still have some things that I need to get prepared for the stream on Saturday. So it'll be, we will not stream tomorrow night, but we will be streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. That's when the big birthday bash kicks off. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a break because we will be streaming Saturday and Sunday, so we're just going to skip tomorrow's stream so I can get some stuff done. David said, my main problem with Final Fantasy 16 is the side content's very tedious and honestly kind of bad. Just boring quests in my opinion. So by the end of the game, it was kind of burnout, but otherwise really good game. Yeah, I kind of felt that way about some of the side quests in Final Fantasy 7. Trial Fan says, oh, okay, good idea. See you on Saturday's stream. Night chat. Good night, Trial Fan. Thanks for hanging out with me. Lydia says, I'll ask my mom if I could be on the Wobble birthday stream. I gotta talk to your mom. I gotta come by, I guess, tomorrow and get that poster from you for the giveaway. Alright, let's go grab an amulet and see what it does. Immune to zombie. And what does the potpourri do? Mute and sleep. I'm just going to grab 2 of those because I'm not super worried about zombie at this point. It becomes more important later on because there are some enemies that use it, but I think we're fine for right now. Did we go in the pub earlier? I don't remember. I don't think we did. Know that strange old man lives in a little cabin near the Leith? I helped deliver his son 13 years ago. It was a problem birth. The mother didn't survive, and the man couldn't take it. Went loony, he did. Thought his baby was some kind of monster and threw it out. Poor little thing never even had a chance. Hey, you handsome young thing, why don't you have a drink with me? Tee-hee. How dare you, licentious howler! Off with thee! Oh, don't be a stick in the mud. Let's just have some fun. Hey, do you like these? I call this one Humpty and this one Dumpty. Oh my gosh. I don't remember this being the actual translation. I think they changed this. Humpty Dumpty? Yeah, and you're too easy. Thou art unaffected by these charms? One of the benefits of all my years of ascetic training. Now don't leave me standing here all alone. Enough of that. A proper woman should have modesty and decency. And rant. Oh, Cian. Oh, that's right. Pubs in the romhack have like special quests. I'll buy anything. The item shop here is famous for buying anything you bring him, even if it looks like trash at first glance. Who knows? Maybe there's already a hidden treasure among all your items. Interesting. David says, also, I don't like they took out the party system. I mean, it's really fun to play as Clive, but I like the feeling of playing with companions. Yeah. And that's a big shift for the Final Fantasy series, because almost every single game you have some sort of party system. So let's go to the item shop. Oh, that helmet of yours. Can I get a closer look at it? Ah. Could it be? Wait, but fascinating. Say, would you be willing to let me keep this? I could pay, oh, say, 25,000 gold? How does that sound? That's a lot of gold, but I think we need the diving helmet. I assume that's what they're talking about. I hope I didn't just screw up. Because you do have to go through the Serpent's Trench again later on in the game. I guess we'll find out. That's one way to get a lot of gold. Well, let's go buy the amulet. Because we do need that. And we'll go ahead and buy another white cape because they have 5 defense, and that's a nice benefit. All right, let's go to the ship, and we'll get out of here. This ferry's bound for South Figaro. Humpty and Dumpty. Narsh is just a stone's throw away. Excuse you. Stop trying to eat my phone cord. Now you're like all tangled up in it too. I wonder if the others arrived safely. I'm sure they did. Choose a scenario. All right. Fleeing the Empire's troops, Bannon, Edgar, and Lydia ride the perilous rapids towards Narsh. Chill out. You're not very good at the chilling out part. I need to remember that in this ROM hack, Lydia does better as a mage than using actual attacks. Please settle down. I know, I'm so mean because I won't let you get into everything and I won't let you eat all of my cables. So mean. David says, it's funny to hear you say Final Fantasy IV is your favorite game from this series because I've heard it said that it was the first game in the series that was really good. I'll have to add it to my list of games to play. Okay, I'm biased because I started with the very first one. I grew up with Final Fantasy on the NES. I really don't think that there is a bad entry in the series. Early on, I wasn't super wild about the actual Final Fantasy III, which came out for the NES. It actually was not released in America. It was released on the Famicom, and then later on they gave it an actual release. I screwed up right there. Game over. I forgot that if Bannon falls, the whole scenario stops. I should have used Cure instead of Fire. And the Final Fantasy II that came out for the Famicom is a weird one, just because mechanically it's a very different game. but I don't think it's bad. It's got a pretty decent story. But as far as like the big epic stories, yeah, Final Fantasy IV was probably the first one to start that kind of storytelling. Plus, I mean, just moving off the NES to the Super Nintendo opened up a lot of what they could do with these kind of games, so that helped a lot too. David says the list of Final Fantasy games that I want to play starts with the original Final Fantasy, just because I want to see where this series started. It's a great one to play. As far as quality of life goes and playability, again, I think playing one of the more modern remakes would be a better option. Simply because the original NES version, it had a lot of bugs. It has this thing where, like, if you, let's say you have 4 people attack the same enemy, and let's say that that enemy dies on the second hit, the other 2 characters will waste their move trying to hit the dead enemy rather than automatically moving over to another enemy. So that can get a little bit difficult. Although, if you can adapt to it, I mean, I think playing the original NES version with the original sprites and the original music, that's the experience you really want to go for. But just know that it is sort of a more flawed version of the game. So Terra's scenario, they put you like right at the city of Narsh, which is great. Especially considering how long Sabin's scenario is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to spend a little bit of time here just leveling them up, simply because they're way behind everybody else. Because like Sabin and his crew were at like level 16 by the end of their scenario, and these guys are like level 10 and 12, so. David said, I thought that was a Final Fantasy VII song. Are you talking about the song with the tent? Or the fanfare? You'll find that they use a lot of the same tunes and stuff throughout the series. Oh, the song when I went into that building. Gotcha. What's with the sad face, Lydia? Oh yeah, that's the crystal theme, and it is like at the beginning of almost every game. You're that Imperial officer from before. Please, I can't explain. Get out of here now or you'll regret it. Let's not get hasty here. I'm King Edgar of Figaro. Liar. My goodness. And that, my friend, is why I can't stand men. It's like they don't even have ears. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. When Chipmunk first rescued me, he came out of the mines right around here. He fiddled with something. Yes, he told me. Twist the stone like so, and... there we go. Back into the mines. You know, I guess I could equip Lydia and Edgar, because I think I've got some better gear for them now. Should probably check on that. Give a mithril sword. Lydia, why do you keep making sad faces? Lydia has decided not to talk to us, I guess. See if I can remember this. Lydia said you said I'm bad at fighting. No, that's not what I meant. This must be the place. What place? There's a room in here they use to test applicants to the city guard. We should be fine as long as we follow the light. If we make a mistake, lights will surround us. Then we'll have to tag the glimmering orange light to proceed. No, in the original version of the game, Terra did best if you just attacked. And in this ROM hack, they have made her magic much, much stronger. So it's a better choice to use her magic than it used to be. And that's all I meant by that. I didn't mean that you were bad at fighting. You can sit up on my shoulder like that as long as you don't eat my headphone cord. Alright, let's try this again. Up, around, down there, and then up. Okay. There we go. He says bread loaf? What? David says, I'm going to head out for the night. It was nice chatting. Thanks for answering all my questions. Thanks for hanging out with us, David. I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other streams. I've got a big birthday stream coming up on Saturday where we'll play a bunch of retro games and we'll talk about Dungeons and Dragons, build some Lego sets, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Thanks for the subscription, David. I appreciate that a lot. So this is where Moogle dwelling. It's all the Moogles. Kupo po. A rune blade. Hit him with the crossbow. Lydia says bread loaf on your shoulder. Yeah, she is. All right, so this save point right here is, I think, the last one before the big fight, so we'll see. Lydia says 375 subscribers, Wobble. Awesome. 25 more and we'll hit 400. It was like at 373 this morning. Bannon, King Edgar, oh, and Lydia too. Arvis, how do things stand here in Narsh? Same as always, the town's neutral. I've tried to convince them to side with the returners, but it's no use. Of course, maybe with you and the King of Figaro here. How are the townspeople? Everyone's been a little on edge since the Esper was discovered. We believe Lydia may be able to help us get answers to our questions about the Esper. Well, the townspeople are still quite curious about it as well. If we approach them in the right way, there's a good chance they'll agree to let her see it. That Esper is either going to save us or dig us an early grave. The three groups have arrived in Narsh, and now a decisive battle is about to unfold. I understand what you're saying, but you're asking us to spill our blood for you. That's not what we asked. What you ask is the same. Ha! You're absolutely right. Ganon, we're asking you to spill your blood. Emperor Gestal is racing to acquire ever greater Magitech power. That's the reason he wants the Esper that was discovered here. If we allow the Empire to continue amassing weapons of Magitech destruction, history's greatest mistake will be repeated. The War of the Magi. The legendary conflict that laid waste to the world, you're saying it could happen again? I'd thought humans to be wiser creatures. Edgar! Claptrap, you're all right. Who have you brought along? I am Cian, a warrior of the Kingdom of Doma. Whoa, Hobie! The Empire killed everyone in Doma, down to the last child. Kefka poisoned them. Barbaric. But that was because Doma was collaborating with the Returners. As long as we remain neutral, we have nothing to fear from the Empire. Chipmunk, think again! The Empire is poised to attack Narsh as we speak. What? Chipmunk, where'd you manage to get your hands on information like that? Kayla here was one of the Empire's general. So it is her! I thought she looked familiar. Sir Homie, step aside! The infamous General Kayla. The woman single-handedly responsible for the decimation of Miranda. Stand and meet thy judgment, Imperial... Wait! Kayla's promised to join the Returners. She's fighting on our side now. Be that as it may! I promised I'd protect her, and I won't give up a woman I've sworn to protect. Chipmunk, you still haven't gotten over that, have you? I was also an Imperial soldier. What? The Empire is evil, but that doesn't mean all of its citizens are. I'm gonna have to defer to my brother on this one. The Empire is here. We're under attack. I don't care what you have to do. Just get me that Esper. Kefka, sir, what about the civilians? What about them? Kill them all! But sir, Narsh is a neutral city. Idiot. Read my lips. Mercy is for wimps. There's a reason oppose rhymes with dispose. If they get in your way, kill them. March! It seems the choice has been made for us. Let's make ready for war. They're here for the Esper. We moved it up into the cliffs above the valley. Then that's where we'll make our stand. Chipmunk has a complicated past. Don't go falling for him now, thinking he was protecting you back there. Thanks for your concern, but I'm a soldier, not some love-starved twit. So much for my next suggestion. Lydia, who'd have thought we'd meet again, like this? You can use magic too, can't you? But it's different from mine. I was raised to be an Imperial Magitech Knight. When I was still very young, I was artificially infused with magic. Is it possible for you to love other people? Are you mocking me? Do not think even for a moment that I trust thee. Fine, use your own eyes and see for yourself which side I'm on. All right. So this leaves us with a moment to prepare everyone for the fight, to re-equip everyone, and then what's going to happen is it'll split us into parties. And then we sort of have a fight kind of like the one at the beginning of the game where the Moogles had to fight to rescue Terra. We're going to do that, but we're not going to do that tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this stream to an end. I'm pretty tired. I got to get something to eat, and I think this has been a pretty decent run. We have completed all of Sabin's scenario, and we've completed Terra's scenario. So after we do this fight, then we will get to the next big story arc of the game. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And I want to talk for just a minute about what we have coming up. On Saturday, like I said, tomorrow night we are not going to stream. I'm going to take tomorrow night off because I want to get ready for the event on Saturday. On Saturday, it's going to be a 6-hour stream. That's going to be my birthday bash. And we will be playing retro games. We'll be talking about Dungeons & Dragons. We'll put together a Lego set. We might play some Minecraft. We'll see how that goes. We've also got a bunch of activities, and I've got a ton of giveaways. I'm going to be giving away some Steam gift cards. I've got a comic that I'm going to give away. Lydia has made a really cool poster, a drawing of the Wobblebot and all of my most frequent chatters. We're going to give that away. We have a lot of cool stuff. So I think it's going to be a really, really fun event. I can't wait to see everybody and to celebrate my birthday because it's my birthday, and that's a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to Pixel for chilling out most of the time. And we will see you guys on Saturday night. So you guys have a wonderful Friday, and we'll see you at 4 p.m. on Saturday. If you can't make it to the entire stream, like I said, it is a 6-hour stream, so it's pretty long. Just pop in if you can. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.